I
But,
know,
yeah.
but I remember seeing like it was like over 100 easy.
Maybe I should do touch and
Got
goes.
got the 3-wire there, I think.
Bumping the freaking AA button. I have to reset all my DDRs. A minute.
You got a nice tight turn there. That's for sure.
6-9, dog door here, but it's not about me. It's all about the 56 operations group. OG. Chaos renamed the group. The 56 operations group established via Feihoitwute 2 strike squadrons loop. The via Feihoitwute 2 flies FA-18C Hornets. In 56 operations, modern aircraft asset F-16 Vipers, Warthogs, A-64D, popular platforms, hero jets we see.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Gaboos. You go on. Some muffins. With these big flappy puppy ears blowing in the breeze.
So weird.
What are you doing this day?
Oh, I'm just messing around with some other stuff for a bit. Getting ready for bed. You?
I am putting some paddles. Some I had to walk away from jets for a bit after the last campaign startup because it was too much for me. So I've been
How to
loving
walk away from what?
the jets, the F-18.
Oh.
So I've just so I got the Moser and then I never quite dialed it in. So I thought I'm back, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm happy if I can maintain 2,250 knots in a slow circle in the pattern just to start out. Like I'm setting my goals low. You know what
Oh,
I
you
mean?
can do better than that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fly it at 250 in the pattern.
I thought it
Are
was
you talking the
250.
Marshall stack?
The Marshall stack, I should say.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Marshall stack, yeah, not in the pattern. It'll just teach you a bad sight picture in the pattern. But yeah, Marshall stack, that's good.
Well, I mean, I managed to put her. I'm putting her on the deck. It's just the you know, and I feel like the controls feel a bit better. But I'm kind of like, let's just get back to basics before I try weapons again.
No, that's the right way to do it. I just misunderstood. I thought you were actually talking about doing that in the stack, and I was going to say, no.
All
But
right.
yeah, you're. Or, I'm sorry, the pattern. But yeah, the stack, that's good.
Marshall stack. The glue's on. Vader's been on. Vader's looking good actually. His paddles have improved. He puts the hours in though. Credit to him. You know.
What takes?
That's it. But he still
All
has
about
that issue.
Practice and repetition.
He does have that issue where his trim just gets all fucked up when he gets off the boat. Like on
How
the
do you mean? What's happening?
like on the third turn, like he has that thing where the staple gets all fucked up. I'm streaming, by the way. So inclined.
I'm unable to watch it at the moment. But what? I need more. You need to define that better. What does the staple gets all fucked up mean?
So his nose, I can't remember if it goes up or down, like dramatically, and he kind of fights to get it back to stable before he turns onto the downwind. And like his rig, he said he's mentioned it to you, but his rig actually like violently jerks. And I'm like, that doesn't happen to me. I have to there's like a timing point where I have to put power back in so that the staple kind of stabilizes on the downwind.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like the rig, I don't understand why the rig's moving around. That's weird. That's something that's independent to his setup. But every Hornet pitches like that. Like that's not an uncommon thing. That's the
Restabilizing as the wing change
Well,
on the wings.
Do you want the technical?
Oh, fill your boots. Let's have it. I do.
So the wing has a point on it called the center of lift. If you took all the lift that wing is creating, there is a point on the wing where that lift is being generated. Like it's concentrated. Does that make sense?
It does. And particularly, I'm thinking back to that video you showed of the little strips of thread.
That's
bouncing
a wing
around.
stalling. Now,
Yeah.
now imagine you're looking at the wing from the top down, right? As you look at the wing from the top down, the surface area of the wing, that wing has a low pressure area on top that's creating lift, right? It's pulling the airplane up. That based on the geometry of that wing, there's a center of lift. There's a point on that wing that is like where that lift is concentrated. Like the wing tips are making a little less lift than the fatter parts of the wings, right? But if you average that all out, there is a point on that wing where it's kind of like all of the wing lifting forces kind of average out to a center point. That's called the center of lift. Right, so the wing is creating a center of lift based on its shape and design. When you throw the flaps down, you are now changing the shape of the wing, right? The wing is it's getting
Bendy bit. And it's getting
well,
more...
it's getting more
more
curvier, but it's also getting longer. because the flaps don't just come down on the back, but they also extend the back of the wing, and that changes the center of lift on the wing, and so the airplane is going to pitch on you because you're trimmed for, I don't know, a specific airspeed. So that's why in all the warbirds, when you put the flaps down, the pitch either comes up or down.
Yep.
Right? Because you're all of a sudden you're trimmed, and all of a sudden, if the center of lift moves forward on the wing, it'll lift the nose up. If the center of lift moves back on the wing, it'll drop the nose. Now, in the Hornet, the airplane auto trims for you at flaps up and flaps half. So as you put the flaps down, why is this game fucking breaking?
When you hit full, it's no longer auto trimming.
When they go past full flap, the airplane's no longer trimming. It doesn't auto trim when the flaps are not until a certain speed. If you get really fast, it'll auto trim, but I think it's like 180 knots or something like that.
I wonder if...
So as you're slowing down and as the airplane's changing airspeed, it's trimming for you, and then suddenly the flaps go down to full, it stops trimming for you, and it's not trimming out that major change in the wing. So the airplane balloons. What it wants to pitch up and climb, and there's nothing to do except push the stick down and fight it. The problem is that once you push the stick down and fight it, and the balloon is over,
put power back, or she drops out of the sky.
Well, you don't necessarily power back, but you also have to bring the nose. You have to stop pushing.
Trim her up, yeah.
Like that push is just enough to fight that balloon, and then quickly go back to like not pushing. So that's normal. That can be aggravated by when you're dropping the flaps and what speed they're coming out at. Like, I don't wait until I'm through the turn and slowed to like 250 knots to drop the gear and flaps. I throw those fuckers as soon as I'm like less than 300 knots. Because I want to slow. I
thought you had to be at 250 before you could do that.
You do. Before you go full flaps, yes. But I'm throwing them down early because I want that balloon to happen while I'm in the turn. Because if the nose wants to pitch up while I'm in the turn, I'm not getting off altitude as aggressively.
I'm going to try that shit. So, yeah.
But
you effectively you start the turn, you pull throttle to nothing, you pull enough G's so she starts aggressively slowing down.
I don't pull a lot of G's. I'm only pulling 2.5 G's. If you pull a lot of G's, it'll slow down faster, but you'll be too close to the ship for a good final turn.
2.5.
The more you pull, the tighter the turn. And I wouldn't say 300. I'd say, honestly, it's somewhere around 270 to 280 is when I'm throwing. So, yeah, not like...
I've been doing 250, but it just, as you say, it doesn't give you much time to coordinate the level flight on the downwind. That makes sense, because you're in that kind of bouncy section where it's full flap and it's...
Yeah, it's a lot harder when you're on downwind and then you hit the balloon, because now you're trying to descend to 600 while the plane is trying to climb. It's harder to get the airplane trimmed up because you have less time. So the quicker you can slow the plane down, the more time on downwind you have to fine-tune and trim everything out and make it work.
One less thing to worry about.
So
it's interesting. Based on that, I wonder if Vader has some, whether his trim's fucked up or there's like something, you know what I mean? So he comes out of auto trim, the moment the flaps come down, something screwy happens. That's got to be it, doesn't it?
That, or he's just not flying the. Like he's not anticipating and fighting that trim change, and he's letting it push him around. Because if the sooner you fight it, the better off you're going to be. If you let it push you around, then you're fighting it all the way on downwind, and so by the time you hit the final turn, you're not on speed, you're not trimmed up, you're not ready. The staple, if that's what he means when he says the staple's all messed up, well, yeah, it's going to be because you have to wait until you're slowed and on speed. You don't even care about the staple until you are on speed and on trim. The staple is naturally going to move it all over the place until you're on speed on trim.
I'm doing what you tell me. I'm dropping flaps and gear at like 280. And even when I'm coming back around, for some reason, there's a couple beeps and it still pulls me down. It's only happened like once or twice where I've came out of it nice and smooth. And
I don't come out of it nice and smooth. Let me specifically like clarify. That technique does not mean you're not fighting it. It's just lessening the fight. There is no final turn in the Hornet where you roll out and the plane is on speed trimmed up, because it can't do it because you're changing the wing shape. So there's always going to be fight, and it's not always. I'm not even saying it's an easy fight. Like there are a lot of times where I'm fighting the airplane for that short duration, but that just minimizes the fight.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't want it to be confused with it. Like this is the solution. It's not. It's just minimizing.
I've seen cockpit videos where it's like it just looks like they come out of that turn, and they just turn out level, and they're at 600 feet. They're nice and smooth, and it's like there's no up or down.
But could you see what they're doing with their controls? Because maybe they've just got a really good feel for it, but they're flying that thing.
Yeah, they're not getting the button, the beeping noise.
What beeping noise you're talking about? See, there's a lot of things I need to understand.
It's like a beep beep, and it like after maybe like a second or two after that, my plane, it's like somebody grabs the nose and literally pulls it down. And
is it the little faint beep where it goes beep beep?
No, it's more of it's definitely not quiet. It's like a normal sound.
Well, we need to know what the beep is, because the beeps all mean something, right? So like the Hornet, the quick double beep is it goes doo doo like that, something like that.
No, this is like two equal beeps.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I know the slow speed, because that's just constant, and it sounds like that, but it's just two of them.
Because there's also a beep that is telling you to look at your. It's like hey, look at your MFD, because the plane is telling you something. You know what I'm saying? Right. There's a little dee-doo. It's like when you have engine inlet ice, or when you're at home fuel, or anytime if there's a built-in test issue where it like wants you to look at the bit screen, and it's basically just a tone that says look down and tell me what's in your MFD. I'm not
50 knots.
I'll have to watch you like fly it and have you stream it and watch it happen, because I don't know what you're fighting with. I want to figure it out though.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Because it shouldn't be as cosmic as it sounds like it is for you. There is pitch changes, but not to the point where it's doing what it sounds like it's doing to you.
Oh, I feel so much better doing that earlier.
What's that, earlier gear and flaps?
Gear down, yeah. Trim to bring the staple down, isn't it?
No.
The other way.
Nope. It's not trim to bring the staple down. It's trim to bring the staple up or down.
That's what I mean.
But actually it's not. Let me rephrase that. Trim brings your flight path vector up or down. Airspeed brings the staple up and down. If your staple's up high, it's because you're too fast. If you want the staple to go down low, you need to slow down. Because the staple is telling you you're on speed to land, right? That's what it's telling you. The staple is you're on speed to land, and so if that staple is way up high, you're fast. So airspeed will move the staple up and down, but you have to counter it with trim. So if you pull the power, the staple comes down, but so does your flight path vector. So if you pull the power to bring the staple down, you have to trim the nose up so that it doesn't sink on you, because if you pull power, the airplane sinks. So it's a really weird backwards.
We'll get to that.
When you get to it, Vader, let me know. I'm watching.
Okay.
I'll see if I can diagnose.
How do you get it so it doesn't say no proper, so you actually get proper communications?
You have to use the F2 comms. You have to call Mother and tell Mother you're inbound at 50, even if you're not at 50, and then you'll have to report, see you at 10. All the normal radio calls that go with landing on a carrier are a part of that. So there's that little deedle right there. That's the one I was talking about. That's telling you look at your MFD. So what does it say on the bottom left of your left MFD?
Home fuel.
Are you tracking, Vader?
Yeah, it's home fuel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of the time you can solve that by setting your home fuel waypoint to waypoint 58. But it's too late now because it's already yelling at you. Don't talk about Vader that way. He's doing his best.
I think if you sort this issue out, you're going to be champion on pedals. You're already pretty good.
So, like, I have to go out 2 miles from the carrier before I brake, just to give myself, to make sure I have enough time to get AOA, get on speed, and at 600 feet. If I try going any sooner, then I pass the boat, and then I do a late
Hold on,
turn.
but that all depends. Are you taking off and going right into the pattern?
No, I'm going out.
Oh, okay.
Right now I'm going out. Yeah.
So
I
you
always go
should
out
be able to
7.
brake at 1 mile from the carrier
I should be able to, yeah.
and still get everything under control. Like it should. You should. It's a little quick, but you should be able to handle 1 mile. But that's if you're still fighting this issue. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with going further away and buying yourself a little time. You do it.
What? That's not what I asked for.
Wondered if it might be like FCS or rudder trim or something. You know, that
Nope.
those settings are not right.
If it's only happening when he's putting the gear down, it's. I don't understand, because if it were a binding issue, it would be manifesting in other phases of flight.
You use your speed brake?
What's that?
Do you use your speed brake?
In the brake turn, absolutely. My goal is to slow down as fast as possible so that I am not fighting this airplane on downwind. So absolutely, it's a 2 to 2.5 G turn at level turn, at speed brake out, idle, and then at like 280 I'm throwing the gear and flaps to help it slow down.
That's what I do.
Every second you're not slowing down, you are eating up time on final that you need to get configured and ready.
You keep your speed brake out the whole time, or do you put it back in?
I keep my speed brake out until I'm like rolling out on final and my speed is coming back to a point where I feel comfortable with it. Like where I feel like I don't need the board out. I'm slowing down at a good pace. I don't need to fight the airplane. Otherwise, yeah, it's out, and I'm not inclined to fight this airplane any more than I have to. And it does. It fights you. So the faster you can get slowed down, the better. Granted, if you leave it out, it shouldn't stay out. Like, there's a point when you configure where the speed brake should be like, I'm not going to stay out anymore, and it puts itself back in. So, like, if you leave it out, eventually it'll I think when you're fully configured, it retracts itself. So there's that. Are you in the break or coming up for the break? Just let me know, because I'm doing other things too. So let me know when I need to look.
Yep, no, you got a little bit. You just take off, dog? And I gotta say, Scott, I watched my clip again, and I heard the announcing. I was like, oh, you turned so late. Just know that was my first merge I've ever done in my life.
we need to talk to you about how to merge. We need to get you up to speed on it.
I mean, I knew what I did wrong, like right when I heard it, but I was like, I looked at him as he passed because I wanted to see which direction he was going. So that's why I took that whatever second it was for me to start turning.
So there is a balance there. The rule on a merge is whoever turns first loses, right?
Right.
Because you want to maneuver in relation to the bandit. But if you turn late and wait and see where they're going,
then they're going to be on you.
They're going to be a third of the way or more through their turn before you even get into your turn, and that means they're farther into. If they're farther into their turn, they're pulling lead and getting behind you before you have a chance to counter it. Like, the whole point is to not let them get behind you, and that's what's happening if you're late on the turn. Is they're getting that turn out of the way. They're getting more turn than you are earlier. And so you're going to be behind. I don't know how to say it, behind the power curve on that turn a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So just delayed. Yep.
Now, so like, I don't want to be the last to turn because I don't want to put myself in that predicament where I'm at a disadvantage. So I'm ready to go. But if I see that they're turning away I didn't want to go, then it's like, then I make like if I'm quick, I can reverse my turn. If I'm fast, like I can
right,
bring it back around the other way. But that's hedging my bets. Like, they might be turning a different direction, and I might have to reverse my turn. But if that's what happens, if I have to reverse my turn, at least I started it. Like, and if they aren't going the wrong direction, well, then I'm early. So rather than waiting to see, it's like 50-50. I'm going to get this right. If I happen to get it wrong, well, cool. Now I can I may be a little behind, but it's only a 50% chance that I'm having to change direction.
Right. I definitely know my speed management. I was going too fast a lot.
There are times when fast is good, and there are times when fast is bad. You and Wizard were both fast, so neither of you had an advantage with that. So it just depends on.
I was trying to set Wizard up for an overshoot, because I do that a lot in the Warbirds. So I was trying it with the 18.
It works. There's a lot of brakes to slam on, and it's.
All right, I'm coming.
You both got overshoots on each other.
Right.
And you both pulled it off.
Live on Twitch says, "Do you do DCS teaching? I am so bad. Sad face. I don't, but
there's a lot of people that do it.
There are plenty of boys in the 56 OG and the High Alpha Hooligans that do. In fact, we have real life.
Hold on, Doug. I want to hear this. Hold on. I need to be able to hear.
Oh, guess what, Monkey?
Stream. It's really hard to hear him. His airplane on here. I got it turned up now.
Turn to 2 miles. Get down. All right, that's 2. ATC off. Speed brake turning.
2.5 G turn. No more than that.
Flaps out, brakes, or landing gear.
Full flaps too. Make sure you're full.
Yep.
That's a really high bank turn. Like this is a really tight turn.
Well, do that to get the G's. If not, I go down.
It shouldn't be
Okay, listen.
50 degrees of bank.
Okay, I'm going up. I can't do anything.
Push the stick. Hold it forward. Yeah, you have to physically fight the balloon. Like it's not like nudging. You have to hold the stick forward and not let it balloon. You should be out here.
Right.
You see that boat? Hold on. You see that boat to your right?
I know I'm supposed to be on that.
You're not out there because you did a really tight turn. Like 2.5 is max. Like you were like 50 degrees of bank. It isn't a degree. It's like 2 to 2.5 G's, but a 50-degree bank turn is like a lot more than 2.5 G's. So just like if that boat's out there, just look outside and turn to the boat.
I'm taking. Yeah. That's what I wanted to practice, so I'm taking off here. Whoever was next in line.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, put your gear and flaps up and do that. Like clean up and come up initial again. And when you do that brake turn and it balloons, don't like nudge the stick. Like you have to push forward. You have to physically fight it.
Boat's yours,
push forward.
I'm happy in the stack.
Push forward enough to like. And I don't mean this in any way insulting. This is literally something I've taught people in flying, and it's something that I've had told to me. So it's like I've been there where somebody's had to tell me this. Don't let the airplane fly you. You fly it. You have a shit ton of stab authority. If that nose is going up, don't let it. Like you're flying the plane. Don't let it fly you.
Lucky House Live, to answer your question, do I know any good teachers? You can hear him.
I'm okay.
Oh, shut up. You're amazing. So, like the Scud Muffin fan club over here. Vader and I are a lot to you, I think it's fair to say. So.
I like it. It's fun. I did see you pushing the stick, but like you were kind of nudging it forward. You should have enough authority to not let that nose come up at all.
My authority.
And I'll be honest, Vader, it is a lot of stick forward. Like it is not. It seems to me even like it's quite a bit of fight to keep that nose from wanting to come up.
And you're having that fight on that very first turn off the boat, yeah?
It's not at the. It's like the last half of that turn, because remember it's when the flaps are going to full as your airspeed is changing. But it's a weird thing because normally when you slow down, the plane will want to pitch down. So it's a weird, like you're slowing down, but there's a moment where the plane pitches up, and that's the center of lift changing.
What's your pause, Vader? Where you at?
Behind the boat, about 4 miles.
In the stack, presumably.
Nope, I'm at.
No, he's coming up initial. He's
you're coming initial. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'll shut up and concentrate.
So just like you already did, idle speed brakes. If you've got visuals outside like the boat, use that to help judge the turn. It's like roughly a 30-degree, maybe 45-degree bank turn. And here's the thing, the slower you get, the lower the bank you need. Right. So you went like 30 degrees, and by the time you were halfway through the turn, you were at probably 50. And it shouldn't, as you slow down, you shouldn't need more bank to hold the G.
You're not traveling as far as quickly, so you've got more time. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. Or I'm sorry, you might need more bank to hold that turn, but it's not It's not 2 Gs all the way around the turn. It's like 2 to 2.5 to start the turn, and then whatever you need to be on a mile downwind. So there's a point where you kind of have to stop looking at the Gs and just make the turn work. You got that boat that's a good visual. Not that one out there, but there should be another one. There you go. That's a good turn.
Yep, that was good.
Ended the nose. You felt the balloon, but you fought it, right?
Actually, no. That was a little different. I think it might have been the angle of the turn.
You might have been just too aggressive on the turn.
Yeah, because that actually felt good. Like I was able.
Yeah,
to
that
turn
looked
it.
good.
Yeah.
Like you.
I came out of it smooth. You know, I'm not ballooning up super high, and so I think I was at like when I came out of the turn, I was like 7 something.
So when that boat is not there, right? You're gonna need something to
A
reference.
1.3 on the HSI.
Yeah, that. So the other reference is the wingtip. If you're at a 10 scope, the wingtip drags on that line, and then you use that 1.2 is probably perfect. So you're pretty much there.
Yeah.
There's never like one tool. It's like always a mix of like 3 or 4 references to get the positioning straight. Yeah, that's money. Like that was a solid downwind.
Yeah, that felt a lot better.
Well, we might have figured it out. It might have just been too aggressive on the turn.
It's always somebody who just needs a second eye, you know.
Dog, if somebody's interested in learning, you should point him to the High Alpha Hooligans Discord and tell him to come join and learn.
Did that. Spinning that.
What's up?
What up, Blue?
Daddy Blue.
Daddy Glue.
Like glue, not blue. How do you do?
What y'all up to?
That'll-
I know what Dog and Vader are up to.
Yeah, I'm not in DCS. I don't have the time to commit too much to it tonight, but I am to watching Vader and helping him with his pattern setup.
I had 2 that were not gradable, so I'm assuming that was pretty damn close to perfect.
I think it's a safe assumption.
Yeah, it's fair. I get quite a few of those. You know.
It's like if the LSO's not looking, then it was perfect, right?
Yeah.
Wow, I landed with 300 pounds of fuel there.
That is not a lot.
No. That's, what,
That's-
150 before you flame out?
Yeah, that's way below emergency fuel.
Which I should probably get on the boat. Play it.
I'm just sitting in the LSO station.
You just watching?
Yeah.
I want some butts.
Butts on the ground.
How's work, Glue?
Slow. Extremely slow. But, it has picked up a little bit. I've had some people call me to do a ton of Bahama trips here recently. Doing one this Sunday in a Citation 5. And then, someone wanted me to do one in a Bonanza next Thursday. And then his dad called me and was like, hey, I need you to take some guys to Bloomington, Illinois in the Bonanza on Wednesday. And I said, well, I'm not doing an 8-hour day in a Bonanza and then getting back at 2 a.m. and then waking up to do a Bahamas trip in the same airplane. So I'm like, y'all work it out and see who has priority, you know?
Yeah, for real. I don't know if you guys are aware, but pilots need sleep.
Yeah, I was like, ain't no way I'm waking up at damn 8 a.m. to turn around and go fly a 6-hour day and deal with customs, you know?
Yeah.
I gotta fill an EAPIS out, and I gotta call them, let them know I'm coming, and then go out there and fill paperwork out, and yada yada yada, and it's just a fucking nightmare. So, and the guy, he's got his Bonanza, he's got a STC for wingtip tanks, which increases the max gross weight of the aircraft. And he's like, I got 4 adults that need to go to Bloomington, Illinois. I'm like, well, let me work the weight and balance on it. And I was like, I'm gonna have to stop for gas. He's like, oh, I did it with 4 grown men, and
Yeah.
I did it nonstop. I was like, yeah, and I bet your ass was way outside of weight balance too.
You did it, but was it legal?
Right? Yeah.
There's a difference between can and should.
Right. So
That's the problem with some of these owners, though. Like that aren't professional pilots, but have the money to own a plane, and they don't get the like just because you can.
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
mean that you were legal or that you should have done it.
Yeah, 100%.
You read any of the accident reports, and they're like, half the time it's the owner. Well, I did it, or they're doing it themselves. You're like, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it's kind of aggravating. And he told the guy that wanted to go to Bloomington that he was like, yeah, I did it nonstop with 4 people. I was like, fuck. I was like, we're not going to do it nonstop. I was like, we're probably stopping Nashville and then continue on.
Yeah. You did it. What are you going to do when you do it again and there's weather and you can't divert? And
well, what happens when you do it on a hot day and you didn't run your performance charts and you don't have enough runway because you need so much more airspeed to lift off with all the weight you got?
There's a great video of somebody doing that and hitting a berm at the end of the runway.
Uh-huh.
Sad, because I think it was a Mooney, and the guy's son in the back seat died.
Yeah, I just don't.
He ate the back of the front seat when they hit the berm.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That dude that went off the end of the runway and hit the berm, that dude had been warned by multiple pilots at the airfield that saw him fueling up and loading the plane. Multiple people came up concerned and told him, it's hot, it's high density altitude, I think you might have that plane overloaded.
Oh shit, son! Oh my fucking god, dog.
Who needs wires?
All right.
Jesus. All right. You almost smashed the back of the fucking carrier.
Everything's fine.
Took off when I did.
I need you to share your screen there, Glue.
You almost lost your fucking wheels on the back of the carrier.
Fine.
Dog, I don't know if you have met Glue, but he's going to call you out.
Yeah, no, everything's fine. Look, it's all in one piece. There's no flames. I'm not attached to the side or the back of the carrier. That's pretty good for me.
Dog's like, he subscribes to the anyone you walk away from is a good landing.
Jesus, you were looking good, and then like you just started sinking, and it's like, is he gonna add power? I trust Dog. Is he gonna add power though?
Power.
Like fuck.
Power.
Feel free to talk me on, just quietly. I think I'm not getting a air warning, which is a Festivus miracle, really, given how I put her down.
See, Dog's like, I didn't break it. Must have been good.
Paddle says about that one.
Paddles probably just says, oh fuck, in some weird code.
That to me a lot. I don't know why.
Weird. Paddle says BKIH, which I think means Burger King's hiring.
I'll take it.
I think he says you need a new job.
No description available for the first third.
Gobsmacked, I think, is the
Oh, that's hilarious.
description. So. I genuinely don't know what altitude I should be at the wake, and then I'm so ham-fisted on the throttle. Like,
Do you not have the ICLS going on your HUD?
The what now?
The ICLS, do you not have that on?
I don't look at it in the HUD. I look at the standby. But yeah, the ICLS helps you a lot halfway through the turn.
Yeah. Like, you should be at 450 feet
As in the
about
donut.
halfway through your base turn, and then around 400 to 370 turning your final bearing.
All right, dog. Let's give you some tools to help you here.
I don't know. What
You've got the TACAN on, right? You can see the TACAN.
Yeah, I do.
bar.
I've got my this will probably wreck my stream, but let me see if I can share my.
No, it's all right. You just tell if you got it. I don't want to mess your stream up.
All right. Like I've been wanting to test it. So let me full screen projector, that window, and
The HUD works too with the ICLS, but I'm more of a round dial guy just because the HUD's all green and there's a lot of info on there. But if I look at the standby, I can read that yellow glide path really easy. So for me, it's a quicker glance than the HUD. I don't get lost in symbology.
if you're watching on the stream and it turns to garbage, let me know. Whenever I share Discord at the same time as Twitch, it tends to screw things up. But
I'm watching. It's a little bit jumpy. Okay, you got the TACAN. Now, before you take off, I do this like when I'm 50 miles out on my way to the carrier. Hit ILS.
yeah, I got that set to 5. TACAN
Is
on
it
75.
on? Oh, it is on.
Yep.
Okay, 75 and 5. Okay, look at your standby ADI underneath your right MFD. Yeah, right there. You see that horizontal yellow bar at the bottom?
Yep.
That's your glide path. That's going to come active about a little more than halfway through the final turn. That's going to come active. It reads different than the ball. Like if the ball's low, that means you're low. That reads up opposite. So that's you want to like if you glance down at that and that yellow line is up in the sky, that means you're low. If you look down on that yellow line is down in the dirt, it means you're high. But you're going to see that before the lights, the flaws even come up. That also shows up in your HUD. It's just a little bit harder to differentiate it. So like halfway through the final turn, I just glance down there and I know if I'm high or low.
Hear me out.
There's go ahead.
Turn your ADI on your left MFD.
He has it on.
His ADI. Oh, okay. You have your ADI up on your left MFD or your right MFD?
It's on his left MFD.
Yeah, I mean that pops up there too, right?
Oh yeah, but I never put the ADI up there.
Oh, I gotcha.
So, to be fair, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at with that thing though. So should that be set
you'll see a line just like that yellow one.
Okay.
You'll see a line that pops up that's going to tell if you're high or low. The other thing is there's numbers you can fly, and some people who will, Voldemort, who will go unnamed, was one of the guys that was like, he's always like, just fly the numbers and it works. Well, yeah, the numbers work if you're on the perfect downwind, perfect final turn. And so the numbers are you should be 450 feet halfway through the final turn, and you should be 300 feet when you cross the boat's wake. But granted, that only works if you're not really long or really close. So it only works if you're on a good final turn. So those are just cross-reference numbers. About halfway around the turn, you should be 450 feet, and crossing the wake, 300. And then I'll give you another tool you can use for judging that. If it's case 1, which means you can see outside.
Yep.
Look at the aircraft carrier, and imagine what the turn looks like to put you on the carrier deck, or like just look at it. Fly the airplane. You should, with enough practice, be able to look at the carrier and see if you're high or low. But there's so many pilots that, and I'm not saying this is necessarily you, but there's